Only the finest wares here.
I've got what you need.
Peace of mind. Oh, dear Tywin, how I long to see you smile.
Let's take a trip off the main roads.
Back so soon? Well, you're quite the negotiator. I trust you found a suitable property outside Voss. Jinrisa. Interesting. That envious hag never misses an opportunity to stick a thumb in Firith's eye. Listen carefully. I need you to acquire that deed as quickly as possible, before she makes it public that she's bought land near Voss. I suggest you use all available means. You can begin by searching the Adept's Hall in Tel Naga. I will warn you that the Adept's Hall is not open to outsiders. You'll need to be careful while searching for the deed so as not to raise suspicion. Jinris has offered us a chance to double our winnings. If we acquire the deed and embarrass her in the process, Firith's bound to support my promotion.
Fine goods at fair prices.
Where did I leave that quill?
Did you find the deed? I'd hate to think that clumsy wizard Jinrisa outnixed me on this. Oh, no. I can't do it myself. It's not subtle, or even polite. If a Telvanni just bluntly demands this thing or that service. I'm sorry to impose once again, but could you give the deed to Master Firith on my behalf? I know I've asked a lot, trust me, payment is forthcoming. Just offer the deed to Firith and tell him that Sun in Shadow would like his written support for elevation to the rank of retainer. Make it subtle, but not too subtle, you know. Just west of here, in a place called Hanoud, Firith values his privacy, so be wary of Atronachs and traps, and don't be surprised if he's a bit, eccentric. Meet me in the council hall when you return. I have a very good feeling about this.
This is Magister Gothran's private property. Keep walking.
Good to get stocked up. You could brew something nice with that.
Ugh, more visitors? I have those Atronachs out there for a reason. Can't you see there's no room? Oh, for Vex's sake, never mind. What do you want from us? Did she now? How prescient. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say, Geralt? Yes, I thought so too. I'm glad she chose to give it to me, and not that guar-faced bumbler Jinrissa. I suppose she wants something in return? These hirelings always do. Ah, yet another social climber. How tiresome. Still, exchanging a simple endorsement for valuable property seems like quite the bargain. Very well, it's a deal. Geralt, be a dear and fetch me that pen. Oh, fine, I'll get it myself. This should do. Now, off with you. My friends and I have pressing business. So much to do!
We will review the request soon. In the meantime, continue your studies.
Muthsera Sooth is most kind. I thank you. Ha! I recognize that swagger. Irith agreed to my demands, didn't he? Excellent! I ran into Councillor Angharal just a moment ago. Totally by chance, I might add. I asked her about the potential for advancement. She hedged a bit. This endorsement will make all the difference. Well, that makes two of us. I took no pleasure in spending all that coin, but as a retainer, I'll be able to double that sum before long. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a writ to deliver. Thank you again, my friend.
Always, she is busy and in a hurry. She is always busy these days. I worry she flirts with the flames of the sun and does not know to fear the fire. My heart and I have barely spoken. She strains her spines both day and night, poring through tomes and hatching her schemes. Her eyes are fixed on the next rank, and the next after that. I fear for her. A soul without rest grows dim as twilight. No, she has not. All to the good, I guess. A finless fish weakens the shoal. But enough about me. You, my friend, are a mighty swimmer. Seek her out in her stone-dwelling place. If I know my heart, she will certainly have a task for you.
Think twice before you cross me.
What a pleasant surprise. Stay a while, won't you? Always pleasure to see you, Sarah. I'm glad you dropped by. I could use a friend right now. I just received a summons from the council. Typically, I'd be overjoyed. After all, I just submitted a petition for advancement to Oathman. But the council never acts on petitions this quickly. Someone's arranging pieces on the game board. I know it. If a member of the House plans to spring a trap, I need to project strength. The councilors know you've assisted me in the past. If you appear before the mouths on my behalf, it puts the Magisters and I on equal footing. It might even save my life. Thank you, my friend. Be careful.
My patron, Magister Gothrin, opposes any further honors for the slave girl. Oh, look. The Lizard sent a representative. Such pretensions.
Approach, emissary. You may inform your benefactress, Sun and Shadow, that the council has elected to reject her petition.
Be sure to add that all further petitions will meet the same fate. Cats and lizards have no place in our great house.
Honestly, Relasa,
Don't worry, Relasa. The emissary will give Sun and Shadow a full account of this meeting. I have no doubt. There is no greater virtue than ambition, but I'm afraid Sun and Shadow's enthusiasm has rubbed a few of our number the wrong way. Beyond the obvious? Your friend possesses a keen mind and great natural talent. But even the great House Telvanni is not above simple prejudice. The circumstances of her birth make advancement complicated. Yes, Relasa hates practically everyone, but she's developed a particular distaste for Sun and Shadow. I can't tell if it's truly the will of Gothrin or just a personal vendetta. Both of them revile lesser races. A perfect match if ever there was one. I would counsel patience, but I have no illusions. Sun and Shadow will dismiss such advice out of hand. Her dreams can only be deferred for so long. I say only this. Whatever she plans to do, make sure she does it cautiously. Sun and Shadow will stand before us again. I only hope that it's for a promotion and not something less pleasant. Believe it or not, these meetings can go far worse. Honor to you and your house, Sarah. Farewell.
Sorry, I grew tired of waiting. I received more than a few sideward glances on my way over. What happened in there? Oh, I see. Maybe I was too impatient. Requested it too soon. Damn! Did they give any reason? Was there anyone who spoke out against it? Of course it was Relassa. That pig has hated me from the start. Gothrin's not fond of Argonians, but this is clearly personal. Would you act as my emissary once more? If you go to Tel Arun and speak to Gothrin directly, maybe he can settle this. I'll answer what I can, of course. Most Telvanni magisters prefer to be left alone. They dislike and mistrust each other, so they appoint mouths to handle business outside their towers. Of course, the magister's wishes and the mouth's wishes often get tangled. It's imperfect. Just trust me, it's better this way. If the counselors had to deal with each other directly, there would be no peace in Vardenfell. You wouldn't jam a bunch of aelits into a pen together. Mages need room to stretch, room to breathe. I never said House Telvanni was perfect. We take the good with the bad. When I sit on the council, I'll put things right. How's that? Yes. When I achieve the rank of Oathman, I should be able to purchase a slave. I'll free Ioki and we'll toast to our success. That is what we've been working toward, right? I know that some of this feels a little unsavory, but it's necessary. A Telvanni mage doesn't have time to be troubled. Every day I learn something new. Every day I peel back one mystery to reveal another 10 beneath it. If this is the price of that kind of discovery, I'll pay it. Oh, that came out poorly. Never mind. Magister Guthrin reigns over Tel Arun, the fungal tower west of here. He has a sour reputation, but remains one of the most powerful mages in Tamriel. I never had cause to work for him, but Ioki did. He doesn't like to talk about it. I'd be lying if I said yes, but if there's anyone who could get through to him, it's you. Gothrin keeps a few pupils, henchmen more like. You'll probably have to get through one or two before he'll deign to speak with you. Just be careful.
Tel Arun's You got Nick spit in your ears? Tel Arun's closed. Jog off, you fetching nchow. Yeah? Well, I need a stiff drink and a good plow, but you don't see me knocking on strangers' doors belly-aching about it. Magister Gothrin's not seeing any visitors. Not today, not tomorrow, and not next week. So shove off, Goa-face. Disobeying orders, eh? Yeah, that sounds like Relassa. Skeevy little Nick's always sliming around the tower, jamming pies in her gob and pushing us around. To do muck with her. Go ahead. But if I find out you're lying, I'll put a knife in your eye.
Aerith,
Giravel, I've had enough of your excuses. Relassa made your task plain. Find those thieves.
I'm sorry, Magister. It will be done.
Whatever it is you want, talk to my cringing assistant.
Ah, greetings. I'm sorry you had to see that. Magister Gothrin is really quite charming once you get to know him. Honestly, he wouldn't have yelled if Relassa's little snoop, Captain Giravel, hadn't interfered. Ah, that. I'm sorry, but Relassa is determined to keep your Argonian from advancing. Typical. I should be mouth. Say, I might have an idea. The thieves Muthsera Gothrin mentioned fled to Shashpilamat. Could you retrieve the goods they stole? Spoken like a true Telvanni. If you bring the goods to me in Sadrith Mora, I'll take credit for their safe return. Relassa's gone to great lengths to discredit me, you see. My Muthsera knows this. If I succeed, he'll see that I am the fitter servant. Muthsera Gothrin will undoubtedly promote me to mouth. Then, in exchange for your help, I'll support your Argonian's petition. One good turn and all that. What do you say? I can't wait to see the look on Relassa's face when Muthsera Gothrin strips her of her title. And the groveling will be delicious. Of course. What can the future mouth of Muthsera Gothrin help you with? A great many things, I'm sorry to say. They pilfered an ancient tome, a rare pendant, and a purse full of gold. Of course, my master was most aggrieved by the loss of several slaves. Strong workers, all. Muthsera Gothrin is sick with worry. No, of course not. I didn't mean to assume. Truth be told, I've always been a fierce but very quiet proponent of beast rights. If you return the tome, pendant, and gold, I think Muthsera Gothrin will still promote me, albeit with a heavy heart. Well, I can't say for sure, but there's a good chance the missing slaves stole Muthsera Gothrin's property before fleeing Tel Arun. Ropefish and other people smugglers sometimes accept magicked items as payment. I'm sure I wouldn't know. My master has a kind and gentle disposition, but children sometimes need discipline, yes? It would really be Slave Master Arenum's prerogative. Unfortunately, she can be irascible. You should know by now that Telvanni alliances often start as fluid affairs. Not that our relationship is fluid. What we've got going here? Rock solid. Sun and Shadow's intentions align with my own. It only makes sense that we should be partners.
Take this report to Mouth Relassa, immediately.
Yes, Captain. It will be done.
You could craft something nice with that. Always worth stocking up. Better overstocked than under. You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out. This one's mine.
Who are you? What do you want?
You stink of incense and hookah smoke. Did that beast Gothran send you? We are not goods. Zashanti and her friends prepare to leave this cursed island. No more lashings, no more bitter food. Only the light of the moons drifting across the Topal Sea. We only took Gothran's belongings to pay the smugglers. Bright moons. This one thanks you, Walker. We stored Gothran's trinkets in crates nearby. The smugglers will groan at their absence, but we would rather face the wilds alone than go back to Tel Arun. Wait, what was that noise?
Greetings, Outlander. Cetera Relassa sends her regards. Gathering up these slaves on our own would have been exhausting.
No, no, no.
Damned cats! You lot are going back to Tel Arun. Move out!
You heard the captain. Get moving, Kerr.
No, Darsha will not go.
Don't kick yourself over Relassa outmaneuvering you. Trust me, you never had a chance. Of course, you didn't think she'd let that flat-headed Aerith out-nix her, did you? Oh, and don't bother looking for those other stolen goods. My troops have the situation well in hand. Thanks for all your help, Noir. So long.
Move it! Useful. Hold on to that.
once again, it's been a pleasure. Farewell, Sun and Shadow.
There you are. I'm glad you're back. I just had a fruitful conversation with our friend Aerith. Seems that I'm not the only one Relassa's holding back. I think it might be time for a less conventional strategy. I underestimated Relassa. I see that now. She plays the game far better than I do. The only way to win a game like this is to eliminate the player. I know how it sounds. I take no pleasure in it. It's just an unfortunate necessity. Half the Telvanni hierarchy arranged an opening at some point in their rise to power. If you deal with Relassa, Aerith takes her place. It's the best play, Sarah. I knew you'd see reason. Trust me, no one deserves this fate more than Relassa. You may have a Telvanni's heart after all. Aerith told me that Relassa entered her room in the council house just a few minutes ago. Good luck, my friend. Be discreet.
Selling, trading.
If you were looking for that evil-tempered Telvanni witch, she went into that room.
So, the lizard thinks she can kill me?
You're going to.
Come on, then. I'll have her skin for
No surprises there.
It's done? Thank you, Sarah. Not many people would take a life for their friends. At least I hope we're friends. The house? It makes it difficult to tell sometimes. Aerith and I spoke just moments ago. Things should move quickly. Aerith assures me that the council will accept my petition now. So yes, I'd call this a success. Hopefully no one will give me cause to do this again in the future. Once again, you have my thanks, Sarah. I hope you will consider working with me again. I admit our handling of the Relassa situation was stressful for both of us. I hope we can move past it, though, as friends. Come visit me sometime. I'll make it up to you, all right? I bought some very fine Khajiit tea I've been dying to try. This may surprise you, but the higher I climb, and the more powerful I become, the lonelier it gets. A true Telvanni life always involves some seclusion, but I value our friendship and Ioki's affection. I'd hate to lose either of you.
someone there? Help! I've been tied up! Oh, thank the aid. To oblivion with these damned mages. No amount of gold is worth this kind of treatment. Sun and Shadow asked me to come measure her for a new dress. Soon after I arrived, a pack of Telvanni thugs burst through the door and dragged her off. One of them shouted something about Tel Arun. That's all I know. Please, just set me free.
Hello? Anyone home? Oh, scrib jelly. I'm too late. Yes, well, I came to warn Sun in Shadow, but it seems I arrived too late. I guess I should warn you too. My most benevolent master, Muthsera Gothrin, is disgruntled. Oh yes, peeved, in the extreme. Magister Gothrin promoted me to mouth, but he still grieves for Relassa. As you know, grief often gives way to anger. Apparently his gentle disposition has limits when it comes to assassinating his servants. Pity I didn't get here sooner. I thought perhaps with time his fury might abate. I'd make all haste to tell Arun if I were you. Muthsera Gothrin respects courage and candor. If you speak to him directly, you might receive better treatment. You go on ahead. I'll wait here for a bit. Best we're not seen together. No offense.
The Magister is...
Eminently predictable, you and your lizard cohort. Ah, the murderer appears. I should thank you for saving me the trouble of hunting you down. Watching you peasants struggle against the inevitable is exhausting. Don't waste my time with flimsy pretense. Did you really think you could kill my mouth and get away with it? I see all. Your clumsy intrigue is no exception. If you wish to save your life and that of your friend, you will perform a task for me. Magister Otheri made a discovery some weeks ago. A relic, or some dwarven device, perhaps. He refuses to share the details, so I am compelled to take those details by force. Steal his notes from Tel Naga, and deliver them to my new mouth, Aerith. That depends on what information you retrieve. If it's useful, we can discuss the terms of the lizard's freedom. That's as much of a promise as you'll get from me. Be grateful I am giving you a chance to rectify the wrong you've done me.
Ah, people. Great.
What's this? I don't like
I'm
uninvited
quite sure you weren't
guests.
invited up here. Off you go. I'm quite sure you weren't invited up here. Off you go.
What's this? I don't like uninvited guests.
Honest trade honors the three.
Selling, buying, trading right here.
There you are! I knew my master would show you mercy. Do you have something for me? Well done! I think my master wants to speak with you himself. Try not to make him angry, all right?
Well, it's about time. Come, servant. You retrieved the journal. That was competent. Ah, yes, this is Otheri's journal. His penmanship has gotten even worse. So, it's a dwarven artifact, then? A merged tonal prism? My, that does sound intriguing. Seems he tucked it away in his Kwama mine, Zalkin Sul. You will fetch it for me. I said nothing of the sort. If your work pleases me, I may deign to release your friend and forget your misdeeds. But make no mistake, Noir. I've given you no word to keep. Go to Zalkin Sul, acquire the prism, then bring it to me in Tel Arum.
Oh, where am... Oh dear. Just give me a moment. Well, that could have gone worse. Ugh. Channeling spells always gives me dry mouth. Isn't that weird? Oh yes, I mean, Muthsera Gothrin expects unwavering obedience, but on the whole, it's been a delight. I know he's treated you poorly, but isn't his candor refreshing? I can't begrudge you that. Were I in your position, I'd probably need a good sulk too. Not that you're sulky or anything. Oh, you know what I mean. About as much as you, I wager. Kwama nest there, tending to their eggs and what have you. It probably smells bad, too. Well, the Zalkin Sul cave network strays very close to an ancient dwarven stronghold called Zonchant. Otheri's miners might have stumbled upon an entrance to the ruin, so keep an ear out for clanking.
Don't cause trouble.
Picking up a lot from you lately. It's paying off. Let's go. What? Been on the lookout for that. Anything good?
Hey, you need something? Sure is. You looking for work? Nah, you're the adventurous type. Only time you'll lift a pick is to bash in some beastie's skull, am I right? Of course I am. What brings you out here to the arse end of nowhere? Well, it isn't locked. Go ahead and take a peek. Might want to keep it quiet, though. Don't want O'Terry's guards spotting you, trust me. They keep things locked down tighter than my fat auntie's bodice. Sure, I've got a few minutes. Yeah, who am I kidding? I've got plenty of time. What do you want to know? Other than O'Terry's guards, we have cave-ins every now and then. Unruly slaves and such. Then there's Mizanchent. But I'm sure you're not interested in that. Ash, getting your eyes on the way here? You can't miss those gloomy old dwarf towers. The way I hear it, Mizanchent ruins cut right under the mine. Plenty of treasure down there just waiting to be plucked. That's what I've heard, anyway. Just stretching my legs and keeping an eye out for Magister O'Terry. You know these Telvanni, always barging in without warning and throwing their weight around. Come to think of it, he's been visiting more often than usual. I wonder why. Yeah. Well, honestly, I mostly just act like I'm working. Pace the same and you sweat a lot less. Stuck-up dark elves, ash storms, slave labor pushing down wages. What's not to like? I shouldn't bellyache. It is what it is, and I need the coin. Got to take the opportunities where you find them.
It's going to cost you.
Guards, come quick! A trespasser!
Crazy machine, eh? Figured you'd find it quickly enough. I knew you weren't interested in Kwama Caves. One of those black-hearted magisters sent you to filch this thing, am I right? I've got a proposition. I can tell you what little I know and give you a key to Mizanchent. In exchange, you give me any notes you find in there. Anything about how it was built, what it does, anything. Got a nice offer from an interested party. Well, that does make things easier. Gold's gold, right? So, Terry locked the crystal in place and took certain parts of the machine so no one else could turn the damn thing off. We need those parts to turn off the machine and get the crystal. The parts you need are somewhere in Mizanchent, but I'm not sure where. I spent a lot of time watching O'Terry. From what I can tell, you'll need a crank, a spur gear, one of the smaller pistons, and some kind of handle. Sure, I've been keeping a sharp eye on O'Terry ever since he set up shop in here. I still don't know what the damn thing does, but I'll tell you what I can. Prism? Oh, right, now I see it. I guess he found it in the ruin, yeah? All kinds of dwarven antiques in there, along with the parts you need. I think he hides the pieces to keep us from nabbing the crystal, the paranoid old skeever. Sorry, but I skipped school the day they taught dwarf machine magic. Got no idea, friend. I could hazard a guess. Looks a little like my pa's old jaw harp. So maybe it makes music or something. Some kind of death music, I bet. Damn dwarves. A rascal like me has to look out for his own interests, right? Well, Terry dropped his key a few days back. I grabbed it and made a wax mold while he wasn't looking. Didn't take long to make a rough copy. You've got to jiggle it a bit, but it works. Don't let some dwarven traps...
Got your back. Got to be better than that to stop us. That weapon of yours can't hold out much longer. Broke it down for parts.
The mine's collapsed. The Kwama are... What does this say? Never mind. Get out of here, through the east mine. The rocks were falling, the Kwama attacking. So many lost. Has the dust blinded you? I barely made it out with my tail intact, and I wasn't far from the door. Some may have escaped, but not all. Oh, by the egg. What could have done this? I'm getting away from this place. Perhaps this misfortune can turn to my salvation. The slave masters will think me a corpse, lost to the mine's collapse. I can use that to my advantage. The Hist is calling me. I will pray for my lost friends.
Building up a stash? Good thinking. You good? Of course you are. You're dead.
You didn't get yourself killed? That's promising. Ugh, what's that I smell? Grease and Kwama dung? Let's make this quick, Noir. I won't have you soiling my rugs any longer than necessary. The prism. Do you have it? Well, that is a surprise. I do hope this isn't some cheap forgery, for your sake. Ah, some kind of merged tonal prism. A lively one, too. Fascinating. I do hope that fool Otheri didn't damage it. He's almost as clumsy as you. Vexhead, do you still labor under the delusion that you have some power in this place? It's hardly worth discussing. I've grown tired of our little chats. You completed the task I set before you. You can have your lizard back.
Sarah, I cannot thank you enough for helping me. I wasn't sure if I'd ever leave Tel Arun alive. I'm sorry. I know I've asked too much of you. Sage advice. I've had my fill of schemes for now. I plan to dedicate myself to my studies and try to patch things up with Ioki. The last time I saw him, I said some hurtful things. Again, thank you. Next time you're in Sadrith Mora, come visit. I am a free mage of House Telvanni. You had no right to imprison me. I always thought my worst humiliations were behind me. I guess I was wrong. Yes, well, I will be. Languishing in Gothrin's slave pens, it took me back to darker times. Reminded me of the risks and my good fortune up to this point. Perhaps I've been pushing too hard. I have a great deal to think about. I'll return to Sadrith Mora and continue my studies. Talk to Ioki. Bury myself in a good novel. Come and visit. It would be great just to sit and talk for a while as friends. I still owe you that cup of tea, right?
I'm rather busy right now.
You return escaping Khajiit to that beast Gothrin. And now I hear about our eggkin crushed in the Zalkin Sul mine. I thought I understood you, but I do not.
Ioki, wait! I'm trying to be strong enough for the both of us. Ioki berated me because the Zalkin Sul cave-in killed some miners. You stole the prism to save us from Magister Gothrin. I suffered humiliation in a cage while you did what was necessary. Is that so wrong? No, of course not. I care deeply for Ioki. I want to help him, but I can't save everyone. I serve House Telvanni. I am Telvanni. He must understand that the house traditions may bend, but they will not break. I've never seen him so angry. I certainly hope not. But if he's lost faith in our plan, anything's possible. Ioki won't listen to me, but he might still heed your counsel. Would you talk to him? The Magisters will only tolerate so much defiance. If he makes another attempt...
Let's just do what we came here for, and get out of here.
I knew she would send you. Know that I do not blame you for your role in all this. We are, both of us, victims of Telvanni lies. This place deadens the soul, pure and impure alike. Now, let me guess. My heart sent you to counsel patience, yes? No Saxhleel reaches for a branch beyond their grasp. But all the waiting, all the compromises, my patience rushes downriver. My companions and I must get a message to the ropefish. Will you help? The ropefish are people smugglers, led by an orc named Kartag. I had hoped to work with him directly. Unfortunately, we must deal with one of his lieutenants, Bothamul. You must deliver the message before our distraction can begin. We can discuss the distraction soon. First, we cast the lure and hook the fish. Go to the inn and look for an orc named Atarga. Approach her, say, Vasamsi mine, and give her this payment. Deal only with Atarga. Hist protect you. Ask what you wish, but speak quickly. I feel the slave master's eyes on me. It is a forgetting place, where the noblest slaves labor until they die. That beast, Gothrin, hires thugs and murderers to guard it. They whip and kick and curse without restraint, without mercy. We aim to free those slaves. If I were, we would not have met. No one ever leaves Vasamsi. Even so, some of my friends are imprisoned there. I thought if Sun and Shadow freed me quickly, I could snatch them up on the way out of Vardenfell. Now I see that she does not care. There was a time when that made a difference, but now it does not. My spines wilt at the idea of leaving her, but she does not understand me. Slave-born Lukiel cannot hear the hist. She does not know me. She does not even know herself. They have a good reputation for getting the job done, as long as you have the gold to pay. Bothamul asks a high price, but we have few choices. We pooled our resources. Many small fish can feed a whale, yes? The Telvanni see us as beasts, almost too stupid to push a broom. We use that to our advantage. I never thought I would be a thief, but given the circumstance, I feel no remorse. The primary contact between the slaves of Sadrith Mora and the ropefish. She drinks like an eel, but we trust her. That is more than I can say for some of the other smugglers around here.
What is it?
This stuff is good. So Jama.
Maybe you've had enough Sujama.
How much has she had? Sujama kicks like a bow-legged Echater. Let her sleep it off.
Come on, Atarga. Aim for the stairs.
So many stairs. Wait, I was supposed to do something.
I don't like drinking with strangers. Tusk off! Atarga's drunk as sanguine on Sundas. Won't get nothing but puke and bad jokes out of her. She told me why she was here. Dragging a few slaves across the border, eh? You give me the payment and I'll let the boss know. Savvy? Fine. Lug that gold to both Amul yourself. No skin off my tusks. Camp's near Gothrin's place. Tell Arun. I'll even mark your map, seeing as we're fit to be partners soon. Keep your gob shut about Atarga getting sauced, eh? One headache's enough.
My friend, over here. Well, this is a coincidence. I came for a bottle of dry white. What brought you here? Have you spoken to Ioki yet? No! Yes, forgive me. I just couldn't keep pacing around the house gnawing my claws. Is Ioki all right? What did he say? He's not planning to do something foolish, is he? I see. Well, that's that, I guess. Once he cools down, I'll plead my case again. I can't fight the house traditions all at once, but perhaps with time and effort. I just need more time. He must understand that. I won't keep you.
Good to get stocked up.
Should have given me that gold at the inn.
Good eye.
Yeah, you need something? If not, you might want to clear off. We're doing a little business here, and it ain't exactly legal. Indisposed? Fancy talk for drunk as a boiled owl, right? Moloch's jawbone. She loves her drink, but she always stays sober on the job. Something stinks here. Maybe we should call this off. Lagdabash. I bet my left tusk on it. I hope you gave her and that witless pig Hasbor a good kick in the teeth. We're better off without them. So let's get on with this. You with Ioki and his friends? Good. I should ask for a lot more than this. Vasamsi makes the inside of a Wamasu look homey by comparison. But a deal's a deal, eh? Tell Ioki we'll be there as agreed. The mine's east of here. Just steer clear of Gothrin's thugs, alright?
There you are. Your presence warms my scales, egg friend. Our companions in the mine know we are coming. We equipped ourselves as best we could. Now, we strike. First, we must deal with the guards, especially the ones who linger near the entrance. If they raise the alarm, the slave master will descend on us like a hungry hackwing. Renisi thinks we should knock them out. Osri suggests we show no mercy. Osri spent many long weeks in the dry box beneath Tel Arun. Some of his closest friends died here in Vasamsi. His spines bristle with thoughts of revenge. I do not blame him. Slay the guards, free our people, and watch out for the guard captain. Good. I will follow you and help steer slaves toward the exit. If all goes as planned, we will all leave together. One last thing. We must be careful to avoid drawing the eye of Slave Master Arenim. You will never face a more ruthless mage. Sun in Shadow?
Ioki, the way we left things was... Please don't go.
I must. You and I share a heart, but our souls chur different songs. This cannot last. But before you go, you must see how your Telvanni treat our kin. Please, come into the mine and see how they live, how they die.
Fine. I will do this for you, but then I must go.
Yoki, be careful. We'll keep an eye out for any movement from Tel Aron.
Proceed with caution, egg friend. The guard captain lurks nearby. I can feel it.
Ioki, what are you doing? Are those bodies?
Intruders! I'll fetch the slave master!
See how your Telvanni masters treat their slaves.
Ioki, this is madness! You'll get me killed!
The slaves are revolting! To arms! Cut them down!
Run!
Rally, my friends. Make your escape.
I want to leave, now!
Do not be afraid. I will make sure you reach the boat safely.
Boat? I'm not getting on any boat!
Hart, you are coming with us. In time, you will thank me.
How dare you! Help! I'm being kidnapped!
I'm trying to save you.
Ah! The leaders of this pathetic revolt! You will pay
you fool!
dearly!
I'm a Telvanni mage! They were kidnapping me! I can't believe what just happened. That filthy elf was going to kill me, a Telvanni mage. And Ioki sought to drag me off like a prisoner. How could he do such a thing? Has he lost his mind? I will, of course I will. I just need a moment to think. I could let him go, perhaps I should. But why? He brings me joy and comfort, doesn't he? When he's not kidnapping me, that is. Why would I give that up if I didn't have to? Maybe. But if I let him go, I'll never see him again. The one person who truly cares about me, gone. No more silly hissed poems. No more wildflower bouquets. Nothing. He'll forgive me. It will just take time, right? Please, help me decide. Ioki, you can leave if you want. I won't stop you.
The house will betray you, Sun and Shadow. On that day, I hope you think of what we could have had.
I need a moment. We can talk outside.
May your soul return to the Hist, my friend.
We can mourn later, Ryoki. We have to go.
Go. I will follow in a moment.
I feel as if my heart is breaking. How could I let him leave me? I suppose I did, but it brings me no joy. Little wonder that other members of my house do the wrong thing so often. Thank you for all you've done, Sarah. I will never forget your loyalty and friendship. I'll need to keep my lies straight. I see a long, grueling audience with the council ahead of me. I try to pick up the pieces of my broken heart and continue my studies. Letting Ioki go was agony, but you were right. This is better for both of us. I spent so much time trying to earn his affection and prove my loyalty. Now I can truly focus. The game, my role in the house, my future as a magister, all of it. Perhaps when I've reached my full potential, I'll seek Ioki out again. See the world, you know. Until then, I live the life of a Telvanni. I'll need to keep my lies straight. I see a long, grueling...
You, over here.
I've got what you need.
Most merchants are picky about what you bring them. Me? Just trying to make some gold like the rest of the folks down here.
What do you want?
You're back? I admit I didn't expect you to return. Forgive me. It's hard to know who to trust these days. It seems you actually do mean to help us. Did you find anything? Honestly, what kind of idiot leaves this many documents lying about? Still nothing about my mistress's illness. Damn. Well, what do we know? House Hlaalu is bankrolling Savarak's operation. His wealth and mercenaries arrive via Selville Island. Right, with someone named Narondus, yes? The Hlaalu's hatchet man here in Voss, no doubt. If they're using passphrases, they must not know each other by name or by face. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Exactly. Find Narondus near the wharf and use this passphrase. I'll have the few house guards still loyal to Mistress Strotha make sure no one approaches. We don't want the real contact to muck things up. Learn what you can, then make a swift exit.
What do you want?
It's about fetching time. Well, but the stench remains. You Telvanni servants. Late. Always late. Our plot to kill Dratha proceeds at a snail's pace. I blame myself, in part. Tel Mora's fungal growth has proven to be more resilient to the toxin than I expected. Of course we are! To release lethal spores! What moon sugar cart did they drag you out of? I'm near to finishing the nuke toxin, but I need to know the current status of the infection. Examine the deceased nodule at the tower's base and report back.
Better overstocked than under.
You still have your head on your shoulders, so it can't have gone all that poorly. Did you manage to learn anything? What? Those fetching bastards! The answer was right here the whole time. Mistress, forgive me. Look, I'm no slouch when it comes to magic, but fungal infections are well outside my area of expertise. You'll have to find Menwendel, our herbalist. She established a small nursery beside the tower. With any luck, she'll be there. If not, ask her assistant Grey Skies. Please don't dawdle. I'm not sure how much longer my mistress can hold on. I'll contact the Telvanni Council immediately. I'm sure they'll love to hear about Savarak's tawdry affair with those gold pinchers in House Hlaalu. If I know the Council, and I do, Savarak will be feeding the shroom beetles by week's end. Indeed. The citizens of Voss will be free to go about their lives in peace. Although for Voss to truly flourish, we must also restore my Mistress Strotha to proper health. From the looks of things, she doesn't have much time.
Is someone there? Please, help me. Down here. It's you. Hist be praised. Savarik set those black snail thugs on us. A half dozen of them. I tried to... Sorry, just... let me catch my breath. They took her. She didn't make it easy. Bit one of their ears off and broke a flask over another one's face. But in the end, they were just too much for her. The leader kept shouting not to kill her. Said someone named Narandas needed her alive. I heard one of them mention a hideout along the coast. There are a few old pirate dens south of here. Maybe they've claimed one. Manwendel knows more about the fungal towers than anyone. Hist only knows what they have planned for her.
Hey, Natalie. How are you today? So far, so good. It's a bit rainy here at the moment, but yeah. At least it's not 30 degrees. Ooh, what leftovers are you having? Oh, that sounds nice. So going to do a shouty thing because it's fun. Because sometimes it plays clips that maybe the person being shouted out doesn't want. It didn't work. And the question becomes, why did it not work? But that's the fun part when it pulls out something crazy. There it goes.
My position. Covering you.
No way.
Deflecting all good attempt.
No.
Thank you.
Cost me a
30 seconds.
Stand firm just a little while longer.
I'm here.
Yeah, I was discussing it with Mari a few weeks ago, I think it was, and it seems like it filters by top clip and then it throws out all the short clips. So it picks the longest of the, or it picks the highest viewed clip of your long clips. At least that's what it looks like.
Always worth stocking up. Who's next?
Is Vulpi not streaming at the moment?
His fate was such that no woman would have him.
Well, I guess you're just stuck with me then. How are you enjoying Guild Wars, by the way?
Back, you imp-faced brute! I have moldy bread and I'm not afraid to use it. Wait, I've seen you before. Oh, sorry about the imp-face thing. Your face is really quite... I don't know. Never mind. I'm glad you're here. I was just preparing to make my escape. Should be a lot easier now. Why are you here anyway? Did Grey Sky send you?
Yes, there's a lot going on. Once you're on max level, and you can decide if you want to do the story in chronological order or if you want to go to the DLCs too. The DLCs in Guild Wars 2 are quite a handful, especially compared to the base game.
Well, that's gross. Looks like it was stitched to the lowest stalk. But these striae... Oh no, it's the spores. The growth fence spores into the tower that... Never mind. I think I can help Dratha, but I need a sample of the toxin they used. Narandis is hiding in here somewhere. If you deal with him, these brutes will scatter like roaches under a lantern. Now, I can make it back to Voss on my own. You give these bastards a good drubbing, find that toxin, and meet me back at Tel Mora.
I don't know if they have a hard cap, but you should probably be max level and have at least some max level gear. I remember going into the DLC zones with my Guardian before she had proper gear and spent a lot of time face down on the ground. Same with my Ranger before she got proper gear. You probably have to start the stories from the story journal to get to them. They're in chronological order in there, so you can sort of see what you want to do first. The very first ones don't open up new zones. Yeah, no problem. It's the thing with MMOs, especially when they've been out for a while, is that they can be kind of hard to decipher what you're supposed to be doing, how you get to the stuff you want to do.
Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way. Got your back.
Actually making changes to ESO in the next major patch to make it so that new players aren't bombarded with quests as soon as they step out into the overworld. Yes, currently you get basically every starter quest as soon as you step out to the first major hub. And for new people, it's quite overwhelming. Wow, stream elements did a thing. I set up some automatic timed messages, but it will only send automatic timed messages if there are actually people chatting, which is a good feature, but also makes it harder to actually test if they work. Thank you for the follow. Yep. The current trend seems to be towards anonymous follows and named subscriptions, which makes sense because a lot of people might be lurking and don't want to be recognized. You know, it's a bit of a taste thing, I guess, ultimately. Yes, so in the in your actions, I think it should tell you who followed still. That would be nice if people could tell Twitch if they want to be anonymous or not when they follow. I think, unfortunately, the in-between is, assuming you're affiliate or partner, which I'm not, the in-between is having anonymous follows and named subscriptions.
There you are. I gave Mistress Dratha some chokeweed bitters to slow the effect of the spores, but this is like binding a troll's hands with fishing twine. Did you bring the toxin sample I asked for? I can't brew an antidote without it. Perfect. I'll get to work on this right away. Oh, one other thing. Lane took off toward Vos with a handful of guardsmen. I think they mean to arrest that Guar's ass, Savaric. She might need your help. If you find that oaf, give him a good kick in the nethers for me. Ifra knows how long it's going to take me to clean up my nursery.
Also, I just noticed I don't need both sound alerts and stream elements posting in chat when people follow. jalapeno pickles. That sounds kind of gross, to be honest. But I'm not a pickle fan, so.
Savarek's gone. Damn that slippery bastard. We tossed his manse, the gathering house, the wharf. We turned the whole damn town upside down and nothing. He can't have just vanished. What did we miss? Of course, his Black Snail mercenaries have been resupplying there. That must be where he's headed. Selville Island is just east of the tower. If he manages to get away, I'll never forgive myself. It will take me too long to gather up all the town guards. I need you to go after him. Please, Sarah, make sure he doesn't board that ship.
Is the stream playing nicely, by the way? I noticed I don't have transcoding today.
Useful. Hold on to that.
That's good. That is good to hear, because I've been spending a lot of time recently testing out different settings.
You meddlesome prat. Dratha may survive, but I'll make sure you won't.
I thank you.
Never a dull moment.
But
You're back. My mistress and I fared the worst. Is it over? Is Savarek slain? What a relief. With Mistress Dratha's approval, I'll send runners to nearby towns and let the people know it's safe to return. Thank you, my friend. Truly. Take this, and I believe my Mistress Dratha would like a proper word as well. Muthsera, this is the warrior I told you about. The one that exposed the Hlaalu plot and struck down Savarek.
No, there's no underwater content. At least not yet.
Your eyes are wrong, but your palms seem clean enough. I have a task for you. If you succeed, you'll earn the favor of a Telvanni counselor and a treasure from my vault. Is this agreeable? In all my long years, the thought of death has rarely troubled me. But thanks to Savarek, I've gained new perspective. My illness took me to the brink of the void, the tip of the scythe. Someday I may welcome death, but for now, steps must be taken. I find that people lead much happier lives when they don't trouble themselves with details. Now, Vardenfell is littered with Daedric shrines. 7 of these shrines contain powerful magicked stones. You must find these stones and bring them to me. The task I've set before you won't be easy. These shrines lie near and far. Some are little more than piles of brickwork, while others extend deep underground.
Even so, I'm confident you'll find what I'm looking for. The Stones of Cold Fire. So you're a scholar as well. I certainly wouldn't have predicted that. Before the tribunal showed up, we Dunmer worshipped the Daedra. They raised no small amount of havoc, but they also left us valuable gifts. Gifts like the stones. Nothing until they rest side by side. If a mage manages to wake all seven, well, let's just say their powers of persuasion are put to the test. Of course not. Why should I be? The powers of Oblivion hold no great mysteries for mages like me, and House Telvanni has no time for folklore and childish superstitions. What's the point of power left unclaimed? Plans? No, of course not. I'll leave them to their business just as I always have. I'm sure they did. You'd like an explanation, wouldn't you? Fine. You want to earn people's love. Here's the secret. Just leave them alone. Treat them like adults, even when they act like children. The rest takes care of itself. Yes. Believe me, it's a rare and wonderful thing to live under the protection of a disinterested ruler. Self-determination. It'll be all the rage in a millennium or two, I guarantee it. Now, are we finished? I need those stones.
You could craft something nice with that. Well, look at that. Ooh, see that? Probably something useful in there. Stay ready. Never know what else might be headed our way. You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out. End them. Building up a stash. Good thinking. I never noticed places like this when I was on my own. Let's end them.
House Hlaalu, perchance?
Don't you recognize Telvanni excellence?
Been on the lookout for that.
Oh, look, another caring citizen who's going to walk right on by and leave me like this. The gods have cursed me. By Shaw's shiny ass. If you aren't a robber and you don't work for the witch, then you have to help me. I can't move so much as a muscle and my nose itches like a flea-bitten dog.
Oh look, like a naked Nord in Morrowind. Basically a trope at this point.
That's what I said, a witch. Oh, she might look like a dark elf, but don't let that heaving bosom fool you. I agreed to escort her to Vivek City. Then last night she went crazy and started throwing spells around. She bewitched me when I ran away. What do I know of spells and bewitchments? I suppose a witch needs to uncast it or something. She has to be close by. Please, find her and make her set me free. If my friends saw me like this, find that evil red-eyed creature, I beg you. I feel like I spent an evening drinking with the heroes of Sovngarde, and then they danced on my head. The witch? Oh, you mean Nerys Venom? She hired me to escort her to Vivek City. We took a shortcut, I think. Or maybe we were setting up camp for the night. Anyway, she suddenly turned angry and started throwing spells around. She's crazy! It was nighttime, I was tired, and I think she threw something at me. Hit me in the head. A bottle? She threw a bottle at me, I think. It was very confusing with all the spells and that red-eyed witch threatening to turn me into a guar. I'm a sellsword, a guard for hire. It's what puts meat on the table, if you know what I mean. Besides, she never told me she was a witch. Witches are sneaky like that. They're pretending to be normal people. What? You mean my bare naked chest? I found shirts and tunics to be too confining. Besides, why would I want to cover up these fabulous tattoos? Pants? What's wrong with my... My pants are missing, aren't they? Oh, no wonder my ankles are chilly. That evil witch stole my pants! Probably using them to cast another spell in me. We were heading to Vivek City when things went sideways on an ice floe. I ran away from the spells and the screaming. She's probably back that way. Just follow the trail of bottles she tossed at me. But be careful. They can do some serious damage. Mine! Uh-oh.
Thanks for chasing off the last of the goblins. Horrible, smelly little creatures. Praise Vivek. You certainly look more competent than that half-naked Nord with a thirst for foul mead. Witch? Oh, let me guess. You ran into an idiot Nord frozen on the side of the road? I hired Stromgruff to escort me and protect my valuables. So what does he do at the first sign of danger? He runs off and leaves me to fend for myself. What was I supposed to do? The goblins attacked while I was setting up camp. And where was my worthless protector? In the bushes making room for more mead. He left his pants where he dropped them and fled as the goblins stole my pack. Thank you. The goblins fled toward the hills to the northeast. Find them and retrieve my pack. They also took the sword I gave to Stromgruff as part of his compensation. I expected him to use it, not drop it like a hot potato before he ran. Of course, anything that helps get back my stolen possessions from those dreadful goblins. What do you want to know? I'm more of an alchemist than a mage, but I know a number of useful spells. When that oaf of a Nord ran off, I cast a spell of holding to stop him in his tracks. I didn't want the drunk fool to hurt himself in the dark. Well, yes, I suppose so. But we also made an agreement, and he still needs to live up to his half of the bargain. One way or another, Stromgruff is going to see me safely to Vivec City. The pack contains my livelihood, valuable potions and unguents to sell in Vivec City. Without them, I'm ruined. The sword. I purchased the sword for Stromgruff. I paid a lot for that weapon. It's too good for the likes of greedy goblins. No, not really. They appear to be your average run-of-the-mill marauding mob of disgusting goblins. They'll be the ones that have my pack and sword. Oh, if it helps, I also saw their leader run off with Stromgruff's pants.
You good? Of course you are. You could brew something nice with that. Easy.
You know what true boredom is? Spending endless hours looking at the exact same spot. I'd give my left foot to be able to turn my head. Did you find her? Did you find the evil witch who cast this damn spell on me? Are you suggesting that I'm a teller of tall tales? You think I froze myself just to discredit Norris Venom? That's an outrageous accusation that wounds me to my core. Why? What did she tell you? Goblins? I suppose that could have been what the yelling and screeching was about. I was dealing with my necessaries after all. But that doesn't explain why she cast those loud and terrifying spells. Well, she should have said something instead of scaring me half to death while I was busy in the bushes. I'll admit, I might have had a few sips of mead and I was tired. That's no reason to leave me like this, exposed for all the world to see.
My brave protector. No sword, no pants, and absolutely no help whatsoever. If not for my stillness spell, you'd be halfway to Nisus by now. My hapless protector aside, were you able to find the goblins? Did you recover my pack and the sword? How wonderful! I despaired ever seeing either of these again. You'd be surprised how much the people of Vivec City will spend on my upscale unguents. Thank you. I suppose I should do something about my dubious escort now. I still need this fetcher's help to get my goods to the market. He isn't very good at protecting his charges, but I believe he's strong enough to carry a pack. I just have to make sure that he honors his agreement this time. No need to fear on that account. I have just the spell to assure Stromgruff's total cooperation for the rest of the trip to Vivec City. My clients need their potions, after all. Thank you again for your assistance. I really do appreciate good help.
Set me free and return my sword, witch!
That sword is payment for escorting me to Vivec City. We're not there yet, you ungrateful oaf.
Vivek City? I don't want anything more to do with you and your witchy ways.
I'll set you free, but you will live up to our agreement. And you'll do so sober. No more meat for you until we reach Vivek City.
Stop that, I...
You could craft something nice with that. That'll teach them not to cross us. Better luck next time. Oh, wait. Been on the lookout for that. You should have run.
Rosie, where are you? Come back, Rosie. Oh, you there? Have you seen my Netch floating around anywhere? Her name's Rosie, and I'm just worried sick about her. I know it may be strange, But my Rosie stands out from the rest of her kind. Just one look at her sweet face and you'd understand. Why did I think a leash would help? There you are, Rosie. Oh, I'm so relieved. Never fly off like that again. Who's a good little netch? You are. Did you find some yummy bugs?
Good to get stocked up. You good? Of course you are.
He's not the sharpest arrow in the quiver.
Hey, what's a little extortion among friends?
And down they go.
Outlander, by order of the Deputy Governor of Sedanine, which happens to be me, the lighthouse is closed until further notice. On the other hand, I seek an outlander who's willing to do a little work. I need someone without ties to the area to look into a matter for me. It seems the lighthouse was broken into. The flame was extinguished. As a result, a ship crashed along the shore. There were fewer bodies than expected, both living and dead. I suspect slavers were involved, which means they had help here in town. I find that unacceptable. Discover who doused the lamp fire. They'll lead us to the slavers. Question Delms, who was on duty that night. He's in the lighthouse. I need to check in with the Overseer. His workers are searching the wreckage, and I want to know what they've uncovered. By the time we were alerted and had organized a response, precious moments had been lost. We rescued a few, but mostly we found those who had drowned or were crushed on the rocks. Even so, it was nowhere near the numbers a ship like that carries. It was just a typical sailing ship from the mainland. I suppose it carried the usual complement of cargo and travelers eager to reach our verdant shores. I don't believe that such a vessel would make the trip without filling its holds. Damn slavers. Ever since our agreement with the Pact went into effect, slavery has been outlawed throughout most of Morrowind. But all we did was drive the slavers into the shadows. This whole stinking event has their bloody fingerprints all over it. Here, and in all of the territories controlled by the great houses that support the Ebonheart Pact. If you stray into Telvanni or Dres territory, though, the practice remains strong and vibrant. Hence my current troubles. We're just a small outpost along the Bitter Coast, but I like to think of us as the gateway to Vardenfell. From here, Vivec City and the other inland locations are easily accessible. Governor O'Melian is in charge, although I contribute as necessary.
Halt! No one's allowed up here. She asked you to... an outlander? Isn't it enough she stuck me up here to guard the flame indefinitely, but now she's looking for help outside the house guard? What else can I expect after what happened the other night? Findon sent a barrel of his finest ale for Watch Captain Bethes's birthday. Powerful stuff. One cup and we could barely keep our eyes open. The entire regiment was knocked on its collective arse. When I came to my senses, I saw that the fire had gone out. Look, once I heard the crash along the shore, it was all I could do to get moving and raise the alarm. Cherish's water loves to loiter near the lighthouse. Maybe she noticed something. If you're intent on doing your job, you should talk to her.
Do you mind? Your dirty foot coverings are contaminating my pond. So direct you are. It makes my tongue wither and the answers dry up in my mouth. Go and bother someone else with your parching questions. No! There's no need to involve the governor's deputy or the house guard. When they start breathing down my neck, my scales shrivel right up. I did notice someone near the lighthouse that night. You keep asking the wrong question. I did not see anyone that night. I felt them. They made ripples in the water. I felt them stop by the tree that overlooks my pond. Then they moved off towards the lighthouse. Look to the tree, moist one. I prefer my waters to remain still, calm. Crying causes ripples, and ripples lead to more dry questions. Would you be so kind as to move along? You're disrupting the current. Talk of gods makes my scales itch. If the living gods really cared, they wouldn't make me suffer. Now take your religious foolishness and peddle it someplace else.
Move along. Don't you have better things to do than quote my religion at me?
I think you've done enough in Seyda Outlander. I suggest you go and visit one of our other fair cities. Really, Outlander, it's commendable that you're trying to learn our ways, but the words of the Tribunal just sound silly when you say them like that. I suggest you stick to sightseeing and leave the religion to us.
An Outlander. I can never seem to get enough of your kind here. You're welcome in Vardenfell, of course. Just obey the laws and refrain from causing trouble, and you'll get along just fine. What? What did you say? I suggest you leave now before I set the guards upon you.
Despite all the excitement around the recent shipwreck, I'm in here, guarding the governor's office. I suppose someone might want to steal a quill or a stack of parchment, but still, my talents are clearly being wasted. Word of advice, don't mention anything about the tribunal to the governor. He's not happy with some recent rules and regulations that have come down from on high.
Oops.
Today's selections got a little charred and I forgot to add spices. Plus I grabbed my scale lotion instead of the butter. So you probably don't want to eat here today. That's something to do with the tribunal, isn't it? I'm sorry, but I really try not to pay too much attention to the Dark Elves and their strange religion.
What is it?
If you're traveling north and west, watch out for Ashlanders. House Redoran says they're savages. North and east, that's House Telvanni territory. They're crazy old wizards, the lot of them. And slavers to boot. Either way you go, watch yourself. That's a good one! That tribunal nonsense is almost as funny as some of the things I heard in Hrothgar. Say, if you want to get together later, I know a couple of body stories that I'd love to share.
What do you need?
Welcome to our shop. Feel free to look around. Keep it down. We don't want to attract undue attention. But what happened? I thought I was supposed to go to the drop. You didn't come all this way just to give me my reward, did you? Already? Let me see. Oh, it's beautiful. I love working for the tribunal. It's so much better than trying to earn a living as a thief in Vivec City. But where's your helmet? I've never seen an ordinator out of uniform before. Oh, right. We're not supposed to talk about ordinators in the tribunal in such a public place. But it feels good to be doing holy work for a change. And such a simple task, snuffing out the lighthouse flame. I mean, CV is the ending of words.
Unfortunately, the wreck of the vessel provided no additional clues. Were you able to discover anything during your investigation? The young woman who works with the grocer. I doubt the tribunal would ask her to do something so reckless. Do you have any proof other than her word? This is disturbing. This parchment feels just like the sheets that Governor O'Million special orders from High Rock. I'm going to need you to acquire another sample from the governor's office. It's the only way to be certain. Not if I don't want him to know I suspect that he's working with the slavers, or the tribunal, though I still consider that to be some sort of fabrication. No, if I alert him too soon, he'll just cover his tracks. Not the office. He keeps it in his private quarters, accessed through the guardhouse. But I'd never suggest that you sneak into his quarters and steal a blank sheet of his special parchment. That would be against the law. Do you understand me?
Ah, our special customer. Is there something I can do for you? And CV is the ending of words. I'm yours to command. That's an odd request. But who am I to question the tribunal? I can reach the governor's quarters through the guardhouse, but I'll need someone to distract the guards. That's perfect. Go and cause a distraction, and I'll get you a sheet of parchment. I'll meet you by the tree next to the lighthouse docks when I've accomplished the task.
The deputy governor's errand runner. Now what? And what does the deputy governor want to blame me for this time? The governor needed me here. Remind Salvi that he's still in charge here, and he trusts me. She should consider that as she conducts this netch hunt of hers. You do that. Now move along before I arrest you for loitering and bothering a house guard.
CV is the ending of words. I forgot how much I enjoyed the thieving arts. Sneaking into the governor's private quarters brought back fond memories.
Not only did I get a sheet of the government's fancy parchment, I saw an unfinished report that seemed important. It proclaimed that there wasn't any slaver activity at Firemouth Island and the patrols were better off moving farther up the coast. Leave Vardenfell? If you think that's for the best. Let's see. I know, I'll go to Mournhold. I've always wanted to see the Tribunal Temple. What an excellent
Thank you for the follow.
Almsivi is the ending of words.
Hey, it's Calentex. How are you today?
Back again? So tell me, you didn't do anything unlawful now, did you? That's odd. We haven't done a search of Firemoth Island since Governor O'Melian declared that the House Guard was better used patrolling farther up the coast. And these parchment sheets definitely match. This is very disturbing. What I think doesn't matter. We need evidence. But we also need to launch a rescue. Slavery is illegal in Pact territory. It's time to visit Firemoth Island. Hopefully, somewhere along the way, we'll find more proof of Governor O'Melian's ties to all of this.
Oh, that's nice. Both the food and the support. I'm starting to get a bit hungry myself, so I'll probably do this quest and then raid out.
Attack before the soldiers have been assembled? That's not a prudent course of action. We need to muster our forces, make plans and contingencies, unlock the armory. What was that? That's a distress signal, and it came from Firemoth Island. No time to prepare. We have to rescue the slavers' prisoners. Soldiers, to the ships! We sail for Firemoth Island!
What do you want?
Natalie went to kill a watermelon and hasn't come back, so I'm going to assume the watermelon won. What are you having for food today, Calentex?
Let's make this quick.
9 times out of 10, the cynics are right.
I can't believe it.
You know what that's good
Free.
for? Ah, you'll figure it out.
Normal Greek salad. What's a normal Greek salad? Spaghetti sounds nice though.
I'm free, thanks to you.
I'm afraid I'm not enough of a salad aficionado to know it's different in a Greek salad. I'm going to assume it has some sort of cheese in it.
That will teach them not to cross us.
At last, I'm free.
Someone attacked the governor. This guard will live. Did you find anything important on Firemoth Island? So the governor hoped to use the Morag Tong to cover his tracks, but this note just adds to the evidence you've already uncovered. Well done. You have provided a great service to Sedanine. I'll take it from here.
Deputy Governor.
Sergeant, where's Governor...
Well, this food talk has made me even hungrier than I was, and probably means it's time to raid someone. I think we're going to raid Kiri. Thanks for everyone who hung out, both lurkers and chatters. Now I have to focus long through my hunger to actually do a shout out and then a raid.
Again, so time for another short break. Stretch, hydrate, click the buttons, follow here, check out the socials. I'll be right back. Thank you all so much, and I guess we're gonna finish this game very soon now. See you in a couple minutes.
That was a strange clip to grab for the shoutout, but okay. See you guys.